The Inner Dimension by Rabbi YITZCHAK GINSBURGH, parts VAYESHEV, part 3. The Spirit of God from Othniel to Mashiach. The name mentioned, the name Tamar, can be divided into two syllables, ta-mar, taf and then mar. The second syllable comprises two letters, mem and resh, mar, which also spell bitter. Their numerical value is 240, which is also the numerical value of the idiom, the Spirit of God, ruach havaya. You could say ruach is 214, and then hey vav yud, which is 224, 230, and then 26 plus 214, ruach havaya, yeah. In particular, the prophet Isaiah states, the Spirit of God will rest upon him, Mashiach. The first appearance of Spirit in the Torah is in the second verse of Genesis. The Spirit of God, Elohim, merachefes al panei hamayim, hovered over the water. The sages state that this also refers to the Spirit of Mashiach. The first time the phrase, the Spirit of God, appears in the Torah is with reference to the judge, Othniel ben Kenaz. The verse states, the Spirit of God came upon him, and he judged the people of Israel. In his explanation of this verse, Rashi refers to an exceptional midrash. God told Moses in Egypt, I have seen, Ra'o Ra'iti, the poverty of my people. What does this double reference to seeing mean? God told Moses, I see, Ra'o, that they are doomed to err with the golden calf. Nonetheless, I have seen, Ra'iti, the poverty of my people. From this verse, Othniel taught, whether they are meritorious or guilty, he must redeem them. This special Spirit of God that rested upon Othniel is an approbation of the Jewish people that sets them high above any regular count of sins and good deeds. Othniel proved from God's own words, whether they are meritorious or guilty, he must redeem them. Mashiach is also endowed with the Spirit of God. This attribute is clearly one that he too will possess. The secret of this special spirit began with Tamar's act. It evolved through an affair that involved many seemingly guilty parties. Yet, Kabbalah teaches us that through Tamar's selfless act, even the souls of Er and Onan were rectified in their reincarnations as Peretz and Zerach, according to the secret of levirate marriage. God is merciful and compassionate. The letters of Spirit of God, Ruach Havaya, are an acronym for the phrase, God is merciful and compassionate. Rachum v'chanun Hashem. The numerical value of this phrase is 400, which is the numerical value of the letter Tav that begins Tamar's name. The numerical value of Tamar's name equals the sum of the numerical values of these two expressions. God is merciful and compassionate, and the Spirit of God. Taf and Mar. Tamar's name thus alludes to the divine attribute with which God judges us favorably, whether we are meritorious or guilty. The Spirit of God has rested upon the true judges and leaders of the Jewish people since Othniel. They argue our case that God must redeem us no matter how we behave. The sages teach us to emulate God's mercy and compassion. When we do so, God will redeem us in a similar manner. The ability to arouse God's compassion even upon those who are guilty And those who have fallen sweeten the bitter taste in the mouths of those sinners. Eventually, Mashiach will also claim whether they are meritorious or guilty, he must redeem them, and God will redeem us all. Then the righteous individual will flourish like a date palm, tzedika tamar yifrach, and all the bitterness will be exchanged for the sweet taste of honey. Indeed, your people are all righteous. Tzadikim ve'amech kulam tzadikim.